Hi, today I'm going to show you a few ways how I recolor my patterns in Illustrator. So one, I have this plan that is really nice. I've made it a long time ago, and I've added a few different um, colors, color swatches to the panel. And I'm using the Recolor Artwork tool, and this is great. First, you can just select one of the color groups, swatch groups that I created there. And then I can just like shuffle around the colors. And once I find one I like, I click OK, and I will have a new pattern swatch created. And I can select it again. And this red looks nice with the blue. If I shuffle, again, I can't go back. So if you like one, just hit OK. You have the new swatch saved, and then you can go back to the recolor and keep shuffling until you find another one that you like. This black one is interesting with the peach, this light blue, and you keep shuffling until you find something you like, and that's great. It's really easy to do. You can see some interesting options and, don't have to think too much about it. And you can even select another of the color groups, swatch groups that you put in your Illustrator and shuffle around till you find one that you like. And there you have it. This is with the Recolor Artwork tool. Now I'm going to talk about global colors. So I like working with global colors. There are some people who don't. Just a reminder, their global colors means that if you make a change in that color for that file, it will change every object that has that same color in the file, but it's not going to change across other files. So let's say I want to change this navy blue that I have. And I think this tool works better if you want to change a specific color or a specific shade of a color, a specific tone, because you can select that swatch. And then let's say you can change, you can make it, instead of changing the RGB, you can do hue, saturation, brightness, and make the color a little brighter. And you can see it's going to change on the pattern itself. Let me just play with it a little bit, and you can see now it changed to this really bright blue. Now it's back to a dusty blue and back to a more darker navy blue. And let's say we want to change in another color. You can see it changed the blue on all the other patterns. So it changed on this pattern. It changed on all the patterns that had that blue are now this lighter shade of blue. And again, I like using this if I'm just like tweaking one specific color and not like, recoloring everything. Let's look at this little like paw prints or little flower petals. And if I want to change this cream to a more yellowish color, like I can go here and, give it a little more saturation, and you can see how the yellow, the cream is now becoming a little yellower. And again, this is great for changing just one thing. The Recolor artwork tool that we used before is better for making bigger changes and creating new pattern swatches overall. And the next tip I'm going to show for recoloring is using a script. This is a script I created. It's actually run in 2 steps. One is I'm going to create new color groups. And you see that I've already organized my color palettes into the greens, the yellows, the pinks, the olives, and the purples. And now I'm going to create 5 new color groups. And I use the website Coolers to pick a new color palette. And then I start with the lighter shade of a color and the darker shade I want for that color group. So I do new greens, and it was that light and the darker green. Now I'm going on the new yellows, and I'm doing that lighter orange, and I'm going into a darker or more like tangerine orange. And then new pinks, I'm going for this pink that is like a more bubblegum pink, and get this really like shocking pink, which I think is kind of fun. And I'll do the new olives. I know it could be an olive green, but I'm actually changing the olives to yellows. And the names don't matter, it's just so that the script knows what to reference. So I'm taking this mustardy yellow, which I like. And now the new purples. That purple colorway goes from a very light to a very dark. So I'm going to do the same here. Go from a very light, almost white, pale purple to a very dark aubergine purple. And now it created these new colorways, and you can see it matched new greens to greens, new yellows to yellows. The names match, right? New pinks to pinks, new olives to olives, and that's the yellow that I picked, and new purples and purples. Now I'm going to run a second script that is going to do the recoloring. And if you notice, I picked the new colors that I created are not global. And that's how the script works. The original colors are global. And you can see I actually like this colorway a little better. I think the pattern looks great.